What's going on, guys? I'm John and you're watching Johnny Fabs, and today we're going to be continuing on the Datsun build. As you guys seen in the last episode, we stripped the interior, so now it's down to bare. Got all the carpet out, got all the wiring out, dashes out. So now we are going to be ripping the floor out. So in order to do that, we are building a rotisserie. So we're getting started on that. That way we can cut out all the rust and all the patch panels that have been previously done. So here in our shop, we like to fabricate our tools, be simplistic and kind of on a budget, so can't go out and buy stuff. So we'll go out and make it ourselves. So basically we're building a rotisserie out of square tubing. We have a kind of a guide here. We can try and link this, but it's just a build sheet on what we're building. So it kind of gives you a guide and measurements to go off of. So it kind of makes this simple. We're really using simple parts, just square tubing, casters, all this stuff you can get yourself. So we can kind of get into more detail on different components and how we made them. So let's get into it and show off some of the components. Alright, so showing the base off, this is kind of your upright. So you just have one strong tube at the bottom and then an upright, and we pre-drilled every foot so you can adjust the height on where you're going to set the car up at. Just drill those out, and then we have these hitch receivers here, so you can go to Menards or anywhere that sells a simple receiver. And then this is a solid bar stock, or you could use tubing, and then it has one hole drilled in it, so that way this will slide over, and this style will just end up using our car hoist to end up lifting the car and adjusting the height. There's different styles out there with jacks and hydraulic cylinders, but we decided to keep it simple, just using a pin style and using our hoist to adjust the level on our uprights. So the next piece to the rotisserie is our cross beam. So for this, you need a tube that is going to fit over top of your existing tube, and then there we drilled two holes in it, one through this way and then 90 degrees. So that will give us, so we can have the car this way and then pull the pin and turn it and run it 90 degrees just straight like a normal car. So on this, it's pretty simple, just using the square tubing and the round tubing, and then we added the side supports, so it has more surface area, more surface welds, just to give it more strength. So yep, that's going to be our next piece, and then it'll just get a bolt. It'll just get a bolt in here like that, and then that'll be our cross beam. So for the next piece, we are going to be making the adjustable width. So on those crossbars, this component will allow it to adjust for width for different cars. So for that, we're using another hitch receiver, and then some more square stock, and then we're going to be using a nut and bolt and welding the nut on here, and then that way you can thread this bolt down, and then it'll lock in on the square stock, so it won't move or slide on you when you're rotating the car. Just gives it a way to lock down. Pretty simple, just need a nut and bolt. So we're going to weld this one up and then show you on the crossbar how it looks and how it works. So now that we got our adjustable width brackets all made up, all welded with our nuts and our locking bolts, we're going to show you how it works. So you'll have two of these, one on each side, and so if you can tighten this nut bolt down, and then it'll secure it once you get it good and tight. And then there'll be the arms, the mounting arms that mount to the car that slide in here, and then you also have this bolt that locks that down. So for our mounting plates on since we're going to be using this for the Datsun, we're going to be taking this bumper support off and then making some plates up, drilling these out, attaching it to, I think we're going to use the stock bumper mounts, so drilling the holes out for that, and then we're going to be welding a plate onto it like this, and then we'll have two tubes that slide down into our adjustable width. So we kind of show you that over here. So once we get these plates drilled out for the Datsun, and then we'll weld this tube onto it, probably cut it down, and then we'll have another tube that welds to that cross tube, and then we'll be able to tighten this down and lock in. Once we get it nice and tight, we can lock it in so it doesn't slip like that. And then if we want, we can drill adjustable holes. That way this bolt seats right off and there'll be no way for it to come loose. So yep, that's for the mounting bracket. And then we're going to go ahead and get these welded up. And so yeah, he's welding up the last adjustable width bracket, and then we're going to be moving forward to the mounting bracket. Now that we got the bumper reinforcement off, it was 4 bolts here. All but one snapped on there, and then all but one snapped here. So just be careful doing that. We'll have to weld studs on when we go to put it back on. But for our mounting point, we're going to be using these plates, and then this plate here. So if you have your plate, you can just butt it up and then just use some stone or Sharpie or whatever, and then you can mark your holes. Then now you have your holes, and you can use that to drill out, and then go ahead and weld your tube on for your bracket. So then that'll wrap up how you mount it to the car. It'll probably be similar on the rear. We haven't got the bumper support off yet, so I think it's going to be the same style. So we'll just mark the holes just like that in the back. But yeah, I think that's going to be it for the for building the rotisserie, for fixing the Datsun up. So we're going to be showing you guys later on this on the rotisserie, using it. And so I hope you guys enjoyed this video on fabbing up a rotisserie, and hopefully it'll help when you guys build your own. I know it's going to help us get all this rust cut out and get underneath it. I don't think there's any other way to do it with how much rust repair and patch panels we need to make. So I hope you guys stay tuned for fixing up this Datsun and building the frame and using this rotisserie that we just fabbed. So stay tuned for more. Please hit that like button. Please subscribe. Please comment what you guys think. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Give it a thumbs up or a thumbs down. So Peace.